se llama del puto de abajo.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. It's Friday night again, and welcome to your Friday Night Habit. I am Itas Valdez, and good evening to everybody tuning in. We have a lot of guests right away this evening. Nako, napaka-popular naman kasi ng guests natin. Good evening,
Siyempre.
everybody, and I hope you
Oo.
enjoy the show. And my ever reliable and macho guapito co-host, please say good evening to everybody.
Siyempre, all the cheerleaders, cheer dancers, cheer enthusiasts, enthusiasts at lahat ng mga viewers natin this evening. Magandang gabi. Good evening, I am Coach DJ, and happy Friday to everyone. Boss, happy Friday. Mag-a-anniversary na naman ang lockdown. Magkakaroon na naman ng curfew sa Lunes. March
Diyos
15.
ko, hindi ko na alam. As our guest put it kanina, basta yes na lang ng yes kasi hindi mo na alam kung anong nangyari.
Grabe,
So,
ibang klase.
so March 15, curfew 10 p.m. to 5
5
a.m.
a.m. Yeah,
according
that's
to the MMDA, Metro Manila Council, or this body that, So, we'll see because I think they're reacting to certain things. Pero may vaccine na daw na hindi ko naman alam. So, I don't know. Honestly, let's just see how it goes again. We have no choice. But as long as you stay safe and stay alert, everybody. So I guess that's the latest news for now.
That's right.
So, but before that, Lee, we'd like to say, bakit dalawa lang tayo?
Oo
Ano to?
nga eh.
Usapan tito? Diba? Tonight? Or ano? Hindi ko alam
Usapang
eh.
tito. Hindi ko alam. Pero anyway, both Evan and Anya have prior commitments to
Oo.
their tawag dito, day job. No? So,
Oo.
well, ganun talaga. Kahit naman ako, pag minsan meron din tayo mga just so happen silang dalawa wala ngayon. So, Anya and Evan will be missing you this evening. So, I hope you guys are also stay safe. Sana yung mga personal yung mga company errands ninyo ay hindi masyado physical physical in nature dahil mahirap na. Tumataas na naman ang mga natin. Tumataas na naman ang mga COVID cases. And I hope they are not so serious, no. Kumbaga kung makita niyo naman lahat, boss, no, yung cases are high but yung rate ng paggaling at the same time tumataas din naman. Mataas din naman.
Correct.
So hindi naman sinasabi natin na we have to take it for granted. Hindi, tumataas naman yung rate of cure or yung rate ng gumagaling. But, prevention is still the best rather than getting. No? So,
right, and keep your immune system up. Diba?
Correct.
Keep your immune, stay healthy.
Kung kaya ninyo, no, na take your vitamins, yung lalo na vitamin C, morning and evening.
Oo.
Tapos lumakla kayo ng yung mga orange juice, yung mga citrus drinks. Ako kakainom ko lang ng isang litrong
Wow.
orange juice kanina habang dito So yan, medyo
Yan ba
hyper
yung
tayo.
yan ba yung dinner mo? Orange juice? Kaya, is that why you're losing weight? Na.
Orange juice tapos merong sisig with rice. Sarap nun, di
Oh,
ba?
after. Okay. Oh, let's say hi first to our early birds.
Yeah.
Ayan,
Ayan.
ako.
Eto.
Siyempre, nauna to, di ba?
Type ko yung guest. Grabe. Coach Ramon,
Talaga?
kung ano man yan, sinasabi ko sa'yo, yung number 1 list nung nasa listahan mo ngayon, bibili na niya bukas. Kung ano man
yun na
yun.
yun.
Ha?
Oh. Chicky Villar, hello.
Hello, Miss Chicky.
Ryan Peach Villar,
Trinidad, pa-shout out naman. Good evening, Ryan Peach. Hope you're fine. Stay safe always.
Stay safe.
Leodel Bison.
Titoy.
Hello po. Yan. Hello, Leodel.
Of course.
At syempre.
Always.
Grabe. Si Mark.
Si Mark
Alvin.
Porado.
Good evening, Mark.
Naka si Mark, we should get him on the show. Itong fan na fan.
Soon, kasi alam mo, kailangan nating makilala to si Sir Mark, kung ano ba yung ginagawa niya, and at the same time, why is he so invested when it comes to cheerleading and dance?
Gusto niya. I mean, he's one of the super fans, kumbaga.
We have to get to know him really well talaga. Sayang, because of this pandemic, hindi natin siya na totoong nakita in person, pero he is so active online. He is so active every Friday dito sa Pepto, kaya tuwan-tuwa kami, no? So, salamat sa suporta, and I hope you don't get tired of us, no? Makikita mo kami lagi pag minsan kulang-kulang, pero thank you very much for for supporting Pepto.
Si Mark ang nag-suggest kay Colin.
Yeah, kay Rhino. Tama.
Kay Rhino. So, hopefully we'll have more of those. It was a very well-attended episode.
Correct.
And very popular. So if Rhino is listening at 5 a.m. in the US, so si Toshihiro Wada, good evening, Bossitos, Coach Lee J. Hello.
Good evening, Toshi. Yan.
Toshi, Nathan Razonable, good evening po. Okay. Good. So those are the early birds. So again, let's just as you can see, no, the first video we showed was
That's a different video, boss, compared to our usual,
kasi dance tayo ngayon, national dance. And I think this is episode 9 of season 4. So next week we will have our final episode. And
final episode na ng season 4, nakaisang
bilis. Tapos we start after Holy Week again for season 5. Right?
Correct.
So
wow.
So grabe, and then so we'll have a whole new cast of guests. We have a very we'll say it now. We have a very important announcement starting season 5. So abangan niyo yan.
Abangan niyo yan, guys.
Abangan ang susunod na kabanata. We will
be doing some announcements, and hopefully talaga, boss, this is something start of something new for us.
Very good. And it will bring the community together again. So, obviously, we showed, I think that was 2017.
Is that, ACDC?
That is ACDT, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
ACDT at the 2017 Worlds.
Sipin ninyo.
Their first trip yata sa Worlds, and then they won bronze.
2017 Poveda pala. That's Poveda.
Poveda ba yun?
Enciende.
Enciende. That's right. Okay, correct. Because 2015, it was Sayawata. First time. And then 2016, wala. And then 2017, Enciende.
Poveda.
2018
and 2019. Yun na, AC.
And ACDT was qualified to go again the 2020.
Correct.
So 3 times. And then ACDT also won the silver sa World.
Magaling ang mga dancers din natin sa ICU. And of course, before ICU, boss, before ICU, yung mga mananayaw nating mga Pilipino is already renowned worldwide. Bakit ka mo? yung guest natin, tsaka yung nag-comment kanina, international dancers din yung mga dati.
Oo,
Oh,
maano siya.
malulupit yung mga yan.
They're very famous. Actually,
Correct.
kung makahanap nga ako ng mga old pictures nila, napaka alam niya,
Boss, madali
is
mo
very
mahanap yan. Alam mo kung saan.
saan.
I-playback mo yung mga video produce sa sa ASAP, sa MTV.
Tama. Si
Yung
Ramon,
mga
di ba?
yon.
Si
Oh,
Ramon. Ah,
yun ang mga i-playback mo kung meron kang mga
oh,
makikita
ito.
mo yung dalawang yan.
Oh, we'll say hi first. Oh. Good evening, Felipe Papo. Good evening po. Fan ako yung naka-Manila
Hoy,
t-shirt. As in
Philip
kilig.
Ipapo, long time friend. Actually, boss, si Philip Anthony Ipapo is one of my pep mate back in college.
Ah, he was Lasal
Nag-estudyante din.
sa
Nag-estudyante
Animo.
din ni Coach Ramon yan, and at the same
Okay.
time, naging officer din yan way back in college. So, Philip Anthony Ipapo, I miss you a lot. Congratulations on your engagement, no? And sana
Wow.
magkita-kita tayo soon, ha?
Congratulations.
Sana
Congratulations.
sana safe ka and your fiance. Okay?
Nako,
Miss you a lot,
fiancé.
boss.
Nako, Lee fiancé. Sila, nauna na sa atin, no?
Sige lang. Ano lang. Next. Hindi naman siya nanonood yata ngayon so hindi naman maririnig.
Nathan Nasanable. Pa-shoutout po, Nathan.
Nate,
Yan.
Nathan Resonable, good evening. Hope you are fine. And sana you would stay here this episode, no? Ako, kung ikaw ay isang cheer and dance enthusiast, you have to
Okay.
really stay here this episode. Sige, boss. I think
Okay. I
we're
think
ano
it's
na.
time.
Correct.
Before without further ado, please welcome our director for the National Dance Championship. We will talk about her whole resume in dance and her career, and from the start up to today, and the future of the art form. Please welcome, guys, ladies and gentlemen, none other, the one and only Sheila Pagaduan.
Namumukod tangi. Good evening, Coach
Oo.
Sheila.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How excited.
Good evening.
Oo.
How are you?
First of all, yan.
How are
Sige, how are
I'm
you?
good. I'm
Ah.
good.
What?
I'm good. Just a little bit worried.
Ay, wala. Kaya
Haven't
men.
done an interview in a long time.
Yeah, and you should do more. You should do more interviews. Alam mo naman si Sheila. First, what's kept you busy this whole pandemic? Let us know. How are you adjusting to this whole craziness since last year?
It wasn't so bad because for a while after I retired from dancing, I was a stay-at-home mom. So the pandemic is like, oh, okay, pandemic. but now, I'm teaching in St. Paul, Pasig. I teach
Okay.
dance there. I have grade school and high school students. So we do everything
Ah.
online right now, yes. And I also have online dance classes, private online dance classes.
Nice.
That's what I'm busy with.
Okay, so same lang. Parang you never skipped a beat, so to speak, diba?
No, not really. Dancing wise, no. I just evolved
That-
into a different area of dancing.
Yeah. So is it? I wanted to ask. So how is it? How did you adjust to online teaching dance? Because we all know dance is a very personable, person-to-person
Yes.
activity, right?
It was quite-
How did you do that? Oh.
It was quite challenging because, well, now the way I do it, of course, I teach online, and then I make sure to record a video of the dance. For example, it's a routine or it's a technique that I want to teach. I need to record it, and then I need to break it down to explain properly to the students, like that.
Wow.
Because unlike if you're face to face, when you adjust somebody for, like, if you need to adjust their hip, their alignment, or you want to make them feel something with their body, you can touch them, you can guide them, they can see you right away.
Right.
Usually there's a mirror, so you'll see each other
Correct,
in the
oo.
mirror. So, diba, if you just move your shoulder, they'll see hers is not aligned like yours is. So that's much easier. Now it's more challenging So
right,
dapat you should be more particular about instruction, your verbal cues with them, and then also because it's harder to impart your energy to your students, you
Hmm.
have to think of more ways to engage them.
Okay. Okay. Like,
That's the challenging part.
how do you do that? Like what,
You have to
games
think
or?
of, yes, you,
Hmm.
especially with my young students. I have grade 2 students, so they're like 6 or 7. So it has to be something that will hold their attention because they have short
Correct, oo.
attention spans, diba? And
Oo.
then it needs to be fun. So I try to think of music that would appeal to them, or activities that will make them do the skill, but it's play based, like that.
But it's what? Sorry.
Play based.
Play-based. Oo. So
Because
it's
for
more
kids,
fun
syempre.
talaga, no? Kumbaga kasi if you're dealing with kids, correct me if I'm wrong, no? Since the attention span that they are having to begin with is really short, plus the fact na tayo'y online ngayon or digital,
Hmm.
True.
it's really a tough one, no? Tama? Kasi
Yes.
malingat ka lang dyan, baka mamaya
Oo.
kumakain na lang yung
Oo.
estudyante. Wala nang ginagawa yun.
Or nagchat-chat na sa ibang
Correct.
kaklase,
Oo.
ganyan. Oo.
So you have to incorporate kumbaga parang something fun with every time
Hmm.
during your
Yes.
session.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
But engaged sila talaga.
Oo,
And
engaged.
then, also, although it is one thing that is a plus because nga pandemic, 'di ba they're glued to their to their TV, to their laptops or devices, so
Yeah,
they're just
oo.
sitting down and
Oh.
listening or typing and writing. So when it's dance time, it's the time they get to dance, they get to stand up, move around. So parang medyo,
Correct.
it's a breather for us, parang gano'n. So
PE,
usually
kumbaga.
parang
Parang
gano'n.
PE. Oo. Ang
Oo.
galing, ah.
My
In
kids are
fairness, ah.
very happy actually with
Nice,
Talaga?
ah.
when they get
Oo.
into dance, yes.
Ah,
And then
okay,
syempre
okay.
they get tired like that.
Yeah,
So you
oo.
just let them rest.
Pero
Alright,
mas
alright.
maganda na they get tired kaysa, 'di
Oo,
ba?
yes.
Bored,
Because
'di ba?
yeah,
Yep.
and then tsaka physically they have very little physical activity as opposed to before. So I kind
Oo,
of
hindi
think that it's
hindi makakalabas
very
sa mga
important.
bata, boss.
Hmm.
Zero, di
Bawal
ba?
lumabas. Zero.
Nako, Diyos ko.
Pero boss,
Oh
no,
well.
before
Yeah.
before we keep this rolling, boss, kailangan makilala pa muna ulit natin si Coach Sheila, no? Aside
Right.
from she
Correct.
is our national dance director.
Yes.
Kumbaga pantay sila ni Ate Paula. Ate Paula,
Yeah.
good evening. Hope you're watching.
Yeah.
Oo.
And
No?
she's the head judge also.
Yes,
And
and she's
and
also the
the
head judge.
head judge, head
Sino
of
ba
all
si
the
ano?
judges tournament.
Oo. Coach Sheila, sino ba si Sheila talaga, no? How did you start, no? How did you start being the Sheila that we now already know as the national
Oo
director
nga.
for dance?
Oo.
Oo. Saan ka natuto or saan ka nagsimula mahilig
Yan.
sa pagsayaw?
Oh, I've
Yan, yan.
always liked dancing even when I was small. I
Mm.
was really very cheap. You didn't have to bribe me. You just ask me to dance, I will dance. When I was small, yeah. Like
Ah.
before, like a million years ago, in the middle of the movie, wala commercial, right? There's like
Ah.
lights and sounds only. Yeah.
Ah.
I
Ah.
would stand on the on the
On
alley
the
and then
chair. Ah.
dancing because there's music. And nobody was asking
Talaga.
me to do it. Yeah. It's
Ay,
just
yung mga
me.
boss, yung mga may intermission sa sinihan bago magsimula.
Yeah, that's the one.
Siguro
Yeah.
ikaw yung nandun sa Greenbelt dati, Coach Sheila. Yung nasa gilid.
May
Yung mga
chance, may
ba,
chance.
yung mga batang maliliit dun dati.
And then when just before I went into college, I took dance classes at the Metropolitan Theater.
Okay.
So there,
Okay.
it's in near, it's in Manila.
Right.
It's
Right.
Malapit-
it's newly renovated.
Dito
We're very
sa
excited.
malapit sa SM Manila. Oh, tama. Yun.
Oo,
Right,
near
right, right.
Okay.
near the LRT.
Yes.
Original
Okay.
yeah.
The Met. Tama.
Yeah, so I had my jazz there. My teacher was Ralion Alonso, and then Desiree
Oh,
Pico.
Rallion. Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, and then I didn't even get to go to the recital because school in LaSalle starts in May. So, wala. Yung recital. Nauna pa yung school ko sa recital. So, I had to stop.
Oh.
And then,
Oo.
yun. And then, when I got to LaSalle, I auditioned for LaSalle Dance Troupe.
Pero ito sa LaSalle, what was your course in LaSalle?
Engineering.
Engineering,
Ang lupit.
It's opposite. So you're talking about left brain, right brain. So you have an artist on one hand, and you have a engineer on the other. So
Correct. Akala ko pa naman si Atila parang mga nasa liberal arts, mga nasa
Hindi
salon.
Oo.
Hindi.
Sa dental ko, no?
Ako dati sa Velasco Building.
Tama. So when did you fine when you went before you went to LaSalle, you had training in Met. And then you went to engineering in LaSalle, and then after that you continued with dance.
With the dancing, yeah.
Right. But at what point in this whole period did you realize that this was something you would like to, this is a passion you would like to see through? At what point? Before college? After college? Or what?
No, not really. I just played it by ear. I just kept dancing and dancing. I always thought, like, if I finish college, then I'll go to the industry. I did actually still go to the industry, but I kept dancing while I was working. I did that. Because you're young, you can go on those weeks. So I did rehearsals and shows, and then still did my office work. So yun. Then eventually the dancing won out because I guess that was really the passion. So yun na. Backseat na ulit yung career. So yun.
So you never practiced as an engineer, or you did?
No.
Not at all, Wow.
Hindi, but I had office. I shifted kasi I shifted to design na afterwards.
That's right.
Okay.
So now this is what you do. You're graphic designer also, right? And
Yes.
you actually, people don't know this about you, siguro, because you're just the background, right? But you designed a lot of the. You helped your husband design a lot of the uniforms for St. Paul, correct?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Kaya pala magaling mag-ukit ng mga designs and patterns because of in general is talaga engineering pala. So naglalabas pa ng T-square yan si
Drafting ako dati.
Imagine. So it's interesting, and we're glad to have you on for this because you're kumbaga dami mong aspects sa who you are, di ba? Leach, sabi mo nga sino si Sheila. So it's nice to introduce that she has all of these aspects to her personality and who she is that people don't know about, di ba?
Tsaka boss, yun nga. That's only one part nung nakita yung sinabi ni Coach Sheila na she is an engineering student in LaSalle tapos nag-LaSalle Dance Troupe. Tapos after nun is yun nga yung rumakit-racket siya habang nasa trabaho.
Yeah.
Then nung sinabi niya na passion took over, no? Ito na yung parang pinaka niya I think Coach Sheila yung phase na yun na yung passion mo yung nanalig na, that is your prime ba na pwede ba sabihin natin kung saan grupo ka dati?
Of course.
Siyempre.
Coach Sheila, is kumbaga, star dancer to, taga Hot Legs to si Coach Sheila.
Oh, grabe.
Isipin mo yan.
Can we show a picture?
Okay.
Para makita ng mga madla. Okay? Mga peoples.
Yeah.
All right. So let's share this screen. So just to show Sheila. So I wanted to talk about Hot Legs more, but just to show you a picture, guys. This is
Halos magkakamukha sila lahat. Grabe.
So this is one of the pictures, syempre, na nakuha natin. We lifted from her Facebook account. So she's the one with a very distinct haircut on the left.
Parang
Very extreme
Cleopatra
left.
eh. Oo.
Oh, Cleopatra. So that's this is a Hot Legs event,
Yes.
Sheila.
Yes, it
So can
is.
you tell us?
It's
Go
a
ahead.
corporate launch
Hmm.
for Coke, I think, if memory serves me. Ergo red and silver and black. It's for
Oh, nga.
Coke.
So when you're talking about Hot Legs, no, can you elaborate? Sige, how did you get into Hot Legs?
The
When did it start?
audition. I
Right.
auditioned
So
for
Yeah,
and
Hot
then
no?
Legs.
okay.
Like my friend, Lema Diaz, she's
Hmm.
from All Stars. She's
Yeah,
one of
oo,
the
si
original group of All Stars,
Lema.
Lema Diaz. She's my
Oh.
best friend in LaSalle Dance Troupe. And then she did a commercial with
Hmm.
Isel Gallardo. She was one of the top dancers of Hot Legs at the time. She was one of the senior dancers. And then they said,
Hmm.
"Oh, we're open for auditions. Do you want to go at this place?" So then
Hmm.
Lema comes back to us, "Hey, you want to go and audition for Hot Legs?" Okay, so we went. We auditioned. So yeah, and luckily we passed. So there, and then that's
No,
history.
how was the audition process? What did they make you do? And I
Oh,
mean,
you have to
let us know how.
dance a choreography of theirs. Also, you can dance your own piece.
So
So
kumbaga,
two.
bibigyan ka nila ng pyesa.
Yes.
Okay.
Na
First, you dance
kailangan,
your own piece, and then you
oo.
dance a choreography of theirs.
Pero yung pyesang
Ah.
ibibigay nila, on the spot nila binibigay yan. Tama ba?
Yes, yes.
Wow. So kailangan makuha mo kaagad yun. So that's really a
Oo.
test of your of your ability na kaya mong sumunod kaagad. Sumunod sa aking takdang panahon, di ba? yun,
So
yun yung
so
kanta eh. Sumunod
yeah.
eh. Oo.
So just to give and then you how long did you stay in Hot Leg?
A long time. Was it 18? 18 years.
Wow, 18 years.
18 years.
As
And then I
professional
retired.
dancer.
Yes,
Oo.
yes.
So
And then I
so
retired.
and then you were the managing director, was it?
Yes,
Is it correct?
yes.
So you reached that level. So tell us about the start of Hot Legs. Sino ba yung Hot Legs and how did it start and how is the what is the culture? What is the because it was one of the if I'm not mistaken, I mean I'm gonna show my age already. Okay, already tonight. But there's Hot Legs and then there was another group also na parang Hot Legs din at the time.
Solid gold.
May
Solid
solid gold.
gold dancers.
May way dancers yata, may ganon, 'di ba? Tapos may so but Hot Legs was the most popular. I've never seen a Hot Legs performance, but I heard of them. That's how popular they were.
You should see our
Oo nga.
performances.
So
You will
how
be
did
amazed, I promise.
so who started Hot Legs and how did it, you know?
Well, they did a show in, I think it was 1978. They did a show for the king in Brunei in
Hmm.
1978. I think that was the first show of Hot Legs. And then the name was given by Mr. M, Mr. Johnny
Hmm.
Manahan.
Hmm.
And then the
Hmm.
original choreographer was Douglas Nieres.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
Talaga?
and then,
Douglas
yes.
Nieres pa
Yes.
talaga.
The original
Yes.
choreographer.
He was with Hot Legs first. He was the choreographer of Hot Legs first.
Ah,
Before he
okay.
formed Power Dance.
Yon, power dance. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
Power Dance.
Yun yung hub ni Sir Douglas, boss. Power dance.
Yes.
Pero little did we know, nagsimula pala siya as Hot Legs. Ang galing.
Mm-mm.
Oh, but at that time, the style of dancing was what? How would you describe it?
Jazz. Very jazz. Kaya lang the jazz kasi from before, that was their jazz at the time. Very Luigi.
Right.
Like that style.
Wait, you have to explain it to the non-dance people like me. What do you mean by certain?
I know. They're very into ano ba? The very jazz forms. For example, bent knees, isolation, linear movements like that.
Okay.
So, yun. And then now, now, of course, because dance is always influenced by music, syempre, the music now is different from in 1978. So,
Oo nga,
syempre,
oo nga. Yeah.
and jazz is, we're mainly jazz. So, we follow what the rhythm of the music is, what's the feeling you
Okay.
get from it, from the not necessarily the lyrics, pero yun, the movement follows the music, generally speaking,
Okay.
for
Okay.
jazz.
In how does, which I guess is a, which I guess is another question also. So as the style, or as the music evolves, so does the dance. Is that correct to
Yes,
say,
yes, that's correct to say.
or the other way around?
Ano, well, I think it is really that dance follows music.
Well, yeah,
Because
tama yun, boss.
Mm.
Dance follows
generally,
music.
Mm.
because in most genres, you really use music as inspiration, as the bed of your choreography. But there are
Right.
dance forms that you can do without music. You can just do it with sound effects like dropping of water, but it's still sound.
Can you say that the mark of a good company, a company, or a professional dance company, is being able to dance all genres?
Well, that's a good. Well, some people can be like super good. Kunyari, you're a ballet dance company and then you're super good
Mm.
at ballet, so that's still good. And
Mm.
also, if you're a hip hop group, then you'll be good at hip hop. So that's still, I mean, that's still great. But then to be able to dance a lot of genres and be good in like a lot of them, that's
Mm.
I think it's exceptional because not many can transition from
Correct.
genre to genre.
Mm.
Mm.
I think I tell my students also, I think jazz is the easiest takeoff point if you want to kunyari keep changing because jazz is not it's not so far from hip hop. It's not
Medyo
so far
free-flowing in
from
jazz,
it's
Sheila.
not yes, that's correct. There can be hard
Mhm.
stops and smooth stops like there are in hip hop, and then can also be flowy like in ballet
Right.
because lot of the technique of jazz is from ballet. And then now there's
Ah,
lyrical,
okay. That's right.
and
That's
then
right.
there's rap.
Which is I was going to say, because how do you separate now what they call the classic style, which is the ballet and then the modern, and how do you, I guess it's the evolution of the art form, no?
Yes,
Um,
yes. Well, there are
time,
certain
yeah,
techniques
right, right.
that's
So which is just applied to all, can you
yeah. For
say? Or
example, ballet is traditionally it has forms like there are
mm,
certain positions that ballet does. So that's their form. So there's the positions of the feet: first, second, third, fourth, fifth.
right,
There's and then they need to use only those. For ballet, it's strict. It's very strict. Only those forms that is acceptable in ballet. So, because some of the dancers wanted to explore more, then came modern dance, and then
right,
came jazz. So, yun.
okay,
And then there's hip hop, which is another genre. So, yun. So, iba-iba sila ng discipline. Like, a hallmark for jazz is rhythm. It's usually faster music. Yan. And then, lyrical naman, there's a new one. There's a new genre. I don't know if
right.
it's already a genre. It's actually a mix of jazz and ballet and contemporary. Yan.
Wow,
Lyric.
So,
Wow.
iba-iba
yeah.
na.
Yeah, because it keeps evolving. That's why.
Correct. Correct.
Right, interesting, interesting, very interesting. So because so there's no standard uh, style of dance it's static, that it's just that, and that's the limit of what you can
There's no limit. But,
express, diba?
mm, there's no limit to where it, well, wait, hold on. For ballet, kasi there is a limit. Okay, meron talaga, ito lang siya talaga. Parang ganon.
Na if you go out of that, hindi na
Oh,
siya
it
ballet.
cannot be, it's not classical ballet anymore. So you have
Right,
modern
right,
ballet.
right,
So,
right.
parang like that. And then there's contemporary na. And then all the others will come out na. So, with, what's this? Traditional dances, there are certain basic um, techniques. That is the basis for everything that you do. Ballet
Okay.
has it, jazz has it, hip hop has it, and all the other, even folk, whatever dance, make basic. There's a basic. But generally, like for jazz, well, there's no limit. As long as you use those basic and don't diverge too much from the fundamentals, you can take it anywhere. That's why dance always evolves. So I think dance will never be boring.
So that means you have to keep studying it to judge it, right?
Yes, yes, you have you
Hindi
you like
natatapos yan.
no like
Correct.
our
Oo.
teacher in the ICU license
Right.
the advice is keep going to classes because the technique changes always and you can only be a good judge if you know what you're talking about.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. Interesting. Wow. Well, let's as we're showing this easy dancing
Ayun, sinasabi ko na ka. Sabi ko, alam ko tong anong to. Yung setup ng stage na to. Easy dancing.
so this is
I think this is our
supposed to,
anniversary.
yes,
This is
yes,
an
it says
anniversary dance.
yeah, an anniversary. Are you here? Are you here?
Oh, no, I'm not there. I'm not dancing there. This was when I was still new.
Okay, okay,
Neophyte
okay.
ka pa. Okay.
Oo, baby pa ako dito.
Oo. But
There.
wow. As in, ano pala talaga. No? So this is the jazz of hot legs.
Yes. There
May
you go.
iba yung of course with my age, no. Mag-aano naman yung edad ko, pero ito yung this is my I prefer this to hip hop, honestly.
Well, before boss, no, nagsimula naman talaga ang entertainment, dance entertainment with this type of platform and this type of
Oh,
dance, jazz, yung ganito. That's
yeah,
why,
yeah, yeah.
kung makikita mo naman talaga, a lot of the Filipinos here, pag sinabing sayaw, this is the type of dance that they are into. Lately na lang
Right,
to
right.
mga hip-hop, yung mga
Right, right,
other,
yeah, yeah.
other forms. Pero yan, katulad niya. Yung, alam mo yung background boss, parang kunyari pag eto, sinasayaw niyan, walang sound yan, di ba?
Oh.
Ang maririnig mo lagi mga Whitney Houston, Paula Abdul.
tama, tama. No, but assuming Sheila like this, do you think we can? Is there still a community that would, let's say, if we have do we have a division for jazz? We have, no?
Yes,
We have a
do
division
have a
for
division
jazz.
for jazz.
We do,
Meron
right,
tayong
right, right.
singles, doubles, tsaka group. So meron
Oo
tayo.
nga. Hindi, later on. Pero yung NDC before the lockdown, we had jazz, di ba? Meron
Yes,
tayong
Yes,
jazz.
we already had
We have
jazz.
jazz. Mm-mm.
Oo. So, maganda to. Sige. I
Speaking
wanted
of, no?
to... Oh, go,
Speaking of,
Gigi.
Ate Shields, since yun nga, no, before jazz was really more of entertainment, di ba?
Yes.
Pinapadala kayo internationally, tapos meron kayo mga presentations sa loob ng school or katulad yun, sa Coke, di ba?
Mm-mm.
But when you say jazz as a competition, since this is already a part of our culture right now, especially with the kids, when we say competition for jazz, is it really something na parang to look forward to? Lalong-lalo na yun nga, hip-hop or the fast beat talagang isa na yan sa mga isa na yan sa mga inaabangan. But compared jazz, parang yung mga ibang tao, di ba? Jazz, parang nababagalan sila. How do you define this one? Kunyari, competition for jazz. Is it something na we have to look into dahil nga isa yan sa fundamentals of dancing? Or we should be like, head on sa mga ibang type of dances? Sa tingin mo lang, Coach Shields. Oh.
Well, I think jazz is something we should look forward to because it's exciting. It's very exciting. It's like hip hop. It's also very difficult.
Yes.
And then it really takes a long time before you become good at jazz. It takes a long time. Like a lot of years will go into it.
I think it's more technical, no? It's like ballet, no?
Yes, it is. It is. The technique is from ballet. Yeah. Although, of course, hip hop, the technique of hip hop is also, I mean, on its own, it's also very hard to become like better at it. Kaya lang kasi it's easier to get dance classes in hip hop than it is for jazz. Kasi, well, the location, like if you're gonna study jazz, you need proper flooring, you need although
so mas maraming requirements for a jazz dance compared to hip hop kasi in hip hop maglatag ka lang ng floor, ayos na eh.
Oo, if you're just gonna go with a basic. But syempre, of course, hip hop will also need, proper flooring, and mirrors also will make it better. But if you, kunyari, push comes to shove, and then you really do not have it, you can still, have a lesson. But that's in jazz, parang impossible kasi, kunyari, rough yung floor. Hindi ka na talaga makaka-turn, for sure.
Correct. That's why, boss, when we do have our finals in dance, we do not have our carpet-bonded floors.
I know.
Yes.
I was going to say, ito si Sheila,
may special day talaga for dance.
Before Sheila, it was Paula. And then when Sheila became the national dance, every year nangungulit yan sa akin, boss, hindi pwedeng carpet-bonded foam yung floor ng dance. Please lang. So,
kasi
of course,
hindi sila makakaano talaga. Hindi sila, tama, the turns. Tsaka yung Darna Jezebel. Alam mo ba, boss, yung Darna Jezebel mo?
Hindi ko alam yan.
Ang nagturo pa sa akin nun, ang kabiyak ni Coach Sheila. Si Coach Sheila.
Talaga?
Darna
Jezebel. Ikaw ba ang Darna Jezebel niya?
Sa susunod. Ipapakita ko yung Darna Jezebel na sa susunod dahil na-experience ko yan.
Before we proceed, let's say hi to some of our audience, itong mga nagpapa-shoutout. Ito si Mrs. Regua, si Nelly.
Hi, Nelly.
Calleja. Ayan, Coach Sheila. Gustong-gusto niyo si Coach Sheila. So, ayan, si Ipapo Gogo, Ma'am Sheila, Coach Ramon. Woot. Ayan.
Congratulations.
Si Meg Cordova, hi to Sheila.
Hi.
Ayan, from Singapore.
Hi,
Si Jane Santos. So, yan. Nag-hi kay Lee J. Pogi. Yan. Hi, Ate Sheila. Lalo pa kayong gumaganda.
Dalaw ka dito.
Balik ka na.
Balik ka na.
Busy rin yan si Jane, ha? Kung nakita mo.
Busy si Jane. Very good. Our old friend, Archie Meres. Hello. Si Zoilo Karingal, watching from Saudi Arabia.
Uy, hello.
Hi.
Hi, Zoilo.
Mga fans ni Sheila. Si Minda Karingal, watching from Saudi Arabia also. UST coach Mark Anthony Chaiwala. Hello, coaches. Hello, Coach Sheila.
Hi, Coach Mark. I miss seeing you.
Yeah. Moises. Hello.
Evening, Moy.
Hi, Coach.
Ayan,
si Coach kinukulit ko parate. Si Coach Moy.
Layap. Hi, Sheila, honey. Si Lay.
Speaking of, Boss Itos. Pakitaan mo ng jazz.
Pakitaan mo
Medyo dapat nakaganon ka ng konti dyan eh. Dapat
yes, correct. Good job. 2 thumbs up.
Kita mo. Medyo alam ko pa yung tinuro sa akin yan eh.
Yes, shoulders down.
Correct.
Speaking of,
sorry kanina. Coach Mark, actually, kung si UST, si UST tsaka si FEU siguro ang mga teams in the UAAP before na makikitaan mo talaga ng may jazz element when it comes to halftime and their performances during competition.
UST
Ang
also.
Lasal hindi masyado dati, wala. Kasi ang Lasal, traditional cheerleading yan.
Mm-mm.
Hindi makikita kunyari na may jazz group or may dance group ang Lasal. But FEU and UST, yan. Sila yung parang may mga bakas talaga ng mga jazz in nature when it comes to their in their performances. No. So yan. Naalala ko lang kasi si Coach Mark Chaywala, ano yan.
I have
isa
a
rin sa mga-
trivia.
Yes.
You
yes,
are
po.
choreographer in LaSalle Dance Troupe. The one who started LaSalle Dance Troupe is the same choreographer as the one who started UST Salingaw.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Si Sir Rene Hofilena. I was lucky to
Hofilena.
Yes, Rene Hofilena. I was lucky to be under him for a while when I was, I think I was first year, yeah.
Galing yan, galing yan. So siya pala nag-start ng jazz sa LaSalle.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
And UST.
Oo. Kasi ngayon si ano na eh, si Sir Peter. Si Sir Peter Alcedo na ngayon.
Yes,
Sir
Peter
Bean.
Alcedo.
Oo. Isa rin sa mga idol yun eh. Oo.
Yeah. So
Super, he's incredibly gifted.
Correct.
And then you also, do you get him as judges? Do you get
Yes.
them as
Yes.
judges, right?
Yes.
We
For-
get Sir
for-
Bean din. Oo.
Especially si Peter because he's very knowledgeable, he's very intelligent, and he's very versatile also.
We invited them to the Worlds, right, Sheila?
Yes, we did. I was hoping to get somebody for jazz. I was really
Oo
hoping,
nga.
yeah. But then maybe we can work towards it again.
Right,
It's not
right.
it's not the cheapest thing to go, so we just need to be prepared.
Yes. So, but there was a chance, right? There was a chance
Yes,
for a while,
yes.
right? So, interesting. So again, going back to your NDC. So after Hot Legs, ano ba yung timeline natin? So after Hot Legs, nagpakasal ka na ba? Or what? What is
No.
the-
I was
Sinunod na siya ni Coach Ram.
married.
Oh,
No, I was married in
niligawan na.
2011.
Oh,
And then, I was already judging for NDC. Siguro,
Okay.
kailan ba? Ayun, I was judging for NDC. I was still doing Hot Legs. And in 2016, I retired na. And then, I came on board with NDC na. So, there.
when you say you retired, you were
Dancing. Dancing, like,
professionally.
professionally.
Oh.
Like sometimes I dance for like a concert or an alumni reunion thingy. ganyan. Or means, after I give birth, a couple of shows, but not like every day there's rehearsal, not like that anymore because you have a baby already. You can't. It's more
Right.
difficult.
Oo.
Do you sometimes catch yourself thinking to yourself when you see all of these young dancers saying, mas magaling ako dyan? Ganun.
Not really. Not really.
No ba,
Kasi
no?
iba eh. Iba na eh.
Diba?
It's different. And then, it's more like I think of maybe being able to impart something to them that will take them to a higher level than what they have right now. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
I'm on more on that frame of mind. Even when I was in Hot Legs, I was still already like that. Kasi it's like kind of passing the torch. Something like that.
Correct.
Which should be the case all the time, right? Should be the case. No,
Ideally, yes.
Yes, ideally. So I was asking that because usually athletes or people who have competed or performed professionally, after they sort of retire from the game, sometimes they look at the new athletes and say, "Nako, when I was young, kayang-kaya ko yan." Di ba? Ang
We would
ginagawa
always
niyan.
say that eh. We would always say that.
But everybody gets older and moves on, no? So,
Yeah.
going back to the NDC. So you were the head judge plus the tournament director of the NDC, which is a very daunting task, if I may say,
Yes.
because you're
Yes, very.
you're handling
OMG.
you're handling a lot, and then it's a small miracle that you still have a full head of hair after the NDC,
Because I
because of
get so
this.
much help from Coach Paula. Oh
Yeah,
my.
you Paula's there, and of course you have all the support. No, but it's specific. It's specific. Dance is very. You have to get, because dance is not. And correct me if I'm wrong, huh? Dance is a lot more subjective than cheer is,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
They
you have to
try.
get the best judges, the
Yes.
best
You have
eyes,
to.
the
Mm-mm.
best experienced judges, and all. Correct? Am I correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Um,
Oh, that's
because
correct.
there is a nuance to it that it's not defined in formulas,
Mm-mm. You cannot.
right?
Eh.
You
You cannot.
cannot. So
Although we do try to standardize it to make it fair to judge,
as close
there
as
is still
possible, but
some,
yeah,
as close as possible, but there is that intangible thing
right,
that,
right.
unquantifiable.
Yeah, it's not quantifiable, and it the judges that you get, actually, what you're bringing to the table is all of those combined years of expertise, right?
Oh, yes, yes.
Judging and all, and then they see it,
Performing
and
and judging, yes.
yes, and it goes through the eyes and the brain, and they see a team compete. That's the judging that you have, right?
Yes.
So what was the most? Tell us about the most difficult year you had with NDC.
Was it 2019?
Was that the one?
2019 ba?
Was it the
Yes, I
one?
think it's 2019, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Tell
2019.
us. Yeah. Let's talk about it. It's a good story.
Um, well, the can I say it?
Yeah.
Team Maris won the championship.
Mm,
Okay, and then followed closely by Air Force of LaSalle.
right.
And then it's just that it came to our attention after already that the number of participants were one more than was allowed. So
Okay.
we had to give them a penalty, and
Mm,
then that penalty um, had their score became one that will not let them be on the podium.
right. So
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 there.
they we found out the violation for the eligibility,
Mhm.
right? So
Yes, that's correct.
so but after the awarding already,
Yes,
because
after
that's
the
a
awarding already.
so we review all of those things. So let us and I know personally it was very difficult for you, um,
Yes,
because you
it
can never,
was.
yeah, you can't, you had a you were torn, right?
Yes,
Be,
because it would have been easier to just ignore it and just never mind. Next year na lang.
right,
Parang ganyan.
right,
Ganyan
right,
lang.
right.
Of course, yeah, I wanted to honor,
Yeah.
the competition. I wanted to
Mm,
honor the effort of everybody who joined
right.
because, yeah. But then, yeah.
Yeah. So how did it? So as per NDC policy, we went through the process, explained it to them, right? Marist and
Yes.
all.
Yes.
Um, and we said, unfortunately, this is the violation, and to be fair with everybody and all, because why? Explain why, or why is it so? Because when I was talking to you about it, you seem genuinely heartbroken
Yes.
while you're talking about. Can you tell people why? I mean, I want people to know why Sheila was so heartbroken when we were
I was
discussing this,
very.
and I want them to get to know you better and how you look at things. So please tell us.
Well, because I really think they deserve the score that they got.
Hmm,
I really believe that. And I know that they really did not intend to do it
right.
and that they worked very hard for their routine. Because in fact, they came from a different contest on the
Hmm,
same day. and they went to the NDC competition right after. So
Right,
that
right,
kind of tells me how much they wanted to share what they had to
Mm.
everyone of us in NDC. So
right.
it kind of broke my heart that we have to give them the technical penalties for that. And they were
Right.
really truly awesome.
This is the one, right? Maris Thai
Yes,
Impact. This is the one.
yes, that's correct.
Yeah, they were very good. They were very good. But
Oo,
also,
magaling yan.
yeah. So but like everything, like all competitions, we have to be fair to everybody. And
Yes.
Sheila did the right thing, I think. And I think we also offered Maris if they would like to compete abroad, right?
Yes,
As a because we recognize the talent. It's just that technically we have to be fair to everybody,
yes.
correct?
Hmm.
And you see, it wasn't it was carpet bonded foam pa, so we had to next year we would
Was
have had to
it?
take that out. Yeah, carpet bonded foam pa siya. Oh, good. So I wanted to ask you: is it difficult? What's more difficult for you to judge, the hip hop or the jazz?
Well, hip hop, syempre. Because
Hmm.
jazz, when I look at it, I already know. Because I've been dancing jazz for a long time. So, like, not, the knee is not straight, not
Mm.
enough releve. Just look at it, you know it. Like that. Syempre, in
Ah,
hip
okay.
hop, I have to study it. I really have to study it. And then there's a lot to study in hip hop. Like, not I don't know, a lot of people think hip hop is just not so much technique. There is a lot, so much that because it's not second nature to me. I
Mm.
only dance a bit of hip hop sometimes, but then
Mm.
to live the culture of it is different. So
Yeah.
I have to study, I have to be on point. So I watch a lot,
Mm.
and then I also study judging for it also.
Good.
There's
So
also yes,
and hip hop is sort of the in this generation, this period in history, hip hop is the most popular art
yes,
form, right?
mm-mm,
So
that's correct.
until something takes over later on, I guess, no. But as of now, hip hop's the most popular art form. There is also World of Dance, right?
Yes, there's one.
Competitions here in the Philippines. There's so much hip hop competitions here in the Philippines, di ba?
Yes, there's a lot.
Marami. Marami. May
Battle
Marami pa
HH
mga ano dyan.
Band.
Round, NDC.
Krisa. May Krisa pa tayo
Uh,
na tinatawag eh.
Meron pa
yeah.
bang Krisa? Is it still there? Is it still?
Ano ba? Last year was there? I think, yeah.
Oo, parang meron pa
Skechers
yata.
yung nawala na yata.
As
Skechers. Correct.
Skechers
Skechers.
yung nawala. There's Krisa and there's the boy of that eh. Krisa and I just forgot the name of the other one.
No.
Okay. So the girls and boys, iba yung brand.
Krisa is for the girls and then the jeans is there's a boy brand. I forgot. But it's a
Oh,
really big
okay.
competition also in the Philippines. It's
Nice.
very competitive also.
It's a can you say and correct me if I'm wrong that hip hop is more of a culture and jazz is an art form.
Well, they're both art. Although, yung
Hmm.
hip-hop talaga is a culture.
'Di ba?
The very definition of hip-hop is a culture. It's a way of life.
Mhm.
That's why
Correct.
it's a way of life. And from that, the hip-hop dancing evolved. The hip-hop
Music.
music evolved.
Right,
But the
right, right.
culture,
Right, because jazz
kaya
isn't really a culture, right?
it's not really, well, not strictly
'Di ba?
speaking, it's not. It's
Like
not.
like
It's not.
yeah, we can't say
Unlike the way
ballet
culture of
is a
hip-hop
culture,
is.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Not
there's a
in the
whole
way.
culture surrounding the dance and the music and the
Mm.
fashion and
Yes, the whole
you
thing, the
know
whole
the
lifestyle.
whole thing. Yeah.
Yes, my
So
best
it's
friend
just
Lema Diaz drilled that into me. It's a lifestyle.
it is you
Yes.
and I you can say that the hip hop community, the kind of dance, and of course, one of our Team Pilipinas coaches, Randall San Gregorio, and
Yes.
then
Such a great choreographer.
good choreographer, one of the other ones. It seems they're also there. You have to love that culture to a certain degree to,
Yes.
diba?
You
To be
won't
able
get
to.
far at anything if you don't really love it. And dancing
Oh,
is quite difficult. You will just leave it if you didn't love it. Personally, I think that way.
right. Interesting. So, you went to the so after and Leach, you have another question, or we can move
Go
to
ahead, go
ano?
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Di ba nag-hip hop ka dati, Leach? Hindi.
Actually, hindi naman. Mukha lang. Mukha lang akong hip-hop. Pero
Mukha
hindi.
lang.
You have that hip hop vibe going.
Pero yun nga,
Mukha.
kumbaga kasi I was part of the team in Lasal who started introducing dance during
Right.
competitions. So,
Right.
and I was fortunate enough na yun nga, ang nagsimulang coach sa amin sa Lasal ay si Coach Ramon. No?
Right.
So,
Right.
of course, during that time, that was early 2000, hip-hop culture is already imminent. No? Hip-hop
Uh,
culture is already imminent in the way of life, and everything. But the basics, the fundamentals for you to go to hip hop is that you have to transition first with something na mas magaan or medyo mas kakayanin. And that is some sort of jazz or parang medyo gracefulness. Yun ang pinakita sa amin ni Coach Ramon, no? Na you have to do this in order for you to attain this level na talagang kailangan. Dumaan ka
kumbaga,
dito.
building blocks.
Oo, building block siya. Kaya talagang makikita mo, meron kami mga tawag dito, meron kami mga drills, as in may mga drills kami that you have to do high kicks, may mga drills kami that you have to really bend your knees and everything, you file in one line, tapos in
Right.
turns, nag-bend kayo ng knees. So, in that form, may jazz element siya. But
Right,
then again, you want to achieve something na parang medyo pop or hip-hop dun sa competition. Which is, yun nga, basic element. Again, fundamentals and the basics should never be forgotten. Tandaan
Yes.
yan, ha? Cheerleaders, cheer
In,
dancers.
in anywhere.
In anywhere,
Fundamentals.
basics and the fundamentals should not be taken for granted. Okay?
Mm.
Dahil for you to achieve like that, for you to achieve competition internationally, for you to achieve what Coach Sheila, Coach Ramon have achieved, huwag niyo makakalimutan yung basics din. Okay? Importante yan, guys, ha? So kahit
Your
nag-online
fundamentals
classes
and
kayo,
basics will get
Oo.
you everywhere.
yan
Yeah,
yan.
yeah.
Yun yung
Just like
pinaka-ano dyan.
like anything, like any sport or any
Correct. Oo.
activity or anything in life actually.
Yes, true.
Put
Anything in
put
life.
the stronger your base is, the higher you
You can
can
go.
you
That's
can go.
right.
So fine. You went NDC, judging, all the stress, and I know because I see you stressed out. The first day you're always stressed because it's such a monumental, competition. And usually we have 75 teams in one day or something like that for dance, right? Um, that's par for the course already sa NCC, no? NDC,
Yes.
strong. So we started to send teams abroad to compete
Yes.
in the ICU world. When was the first time you went?
I went 2018. It was my
2018.
first time to go. Yes.
So tell us about it and tell us how you felt and narrate to us your experience when you got there and everything.
Okay, so I was there. I was with ACDT, Assumption, San Lorenzo. They were competing for the hip hop
Right.
in ICU and dance world. So we went there, and then it was awesome. Like everybody was like supportive
Hmm.
of each other. I mean, I'm talking about the dance community.
Right.
Like, of course, you'd see people, you'd be lighting up, and you'd see
Yeah,
people. There's practice areas, even the people who were the assistants for the rehearsal venues. They were so warm and helpful and very organized. The IC was
Right.
really very well organized. In the places, of course, Disney. It's wonderful. So there.
Uh, and
So
then the dance and what you had. What's your responsibility and what? How did
my
you?
responsibility was to make sure we have all our papers correct, because we might not be able to dance if our paper is not up to par, like if we lack something.
Right.
I made sure that we got to our competition venues, blocking venues on time.
Hmm.
Yeah. But then it was such an easy thing to do for me, because the ACDT were very disciplined and on point.
Hmm.
Thanks to Coach Mimi and Coach Shina, who was there to help him,
Oh.
and the representative of the school of Assumption.
Was that the year that one of them got allergy or was allergic, or the year
Wait,
after?
the year after. No, that's the year 2018.
That's
That's
the
the
year,
year.
no? This is the
That's the
year.
year.
Yeah. So this is the assumption. So they won
Yes.
the NCC 3 times already, right?
Yes. Oh, isn't it more?
Is it
Yeah.
more? Well,
Mukhang
I
three
marami, pero alam ko tatlo.
three
Okay,
straight,
okay.
three straight, kasi they
Okay.
they represent, 'di ba? So they're
Mm-mm.
they're given that representation to the world. So how describe how the preparation was? I'm sure it was pretty. It was a little different from the cheer teams, and describe how someone like Coach Vimy, how did he handle his team?
Si Coach Vinny used to have rehearsals for the girls.
Mm,
They have their warm up in the morning,
mm,
and
mm,
then they have training, and then they'll have some time to relax. I think you give them time to relax, and then they
mm.
just keep. And then I know they were very disciplined about their diet, about their food.
Their food.
He was also watching out for that.
Wow.
Wow.
He was a
So worlds,
holistic
huh?
coach.
So worlds,
Yes,
huh?
yes, yes. So the girls weren't supposed to eat some not junk or too much. I think too much carbs or oil, something like that. But then
Wow.
after the competition, they were allowed na. It's
Right,
just
right,
that
right.
syempre you need your body to be prime for
Correct.
competition, because they were there after all to compete, to
Yeah.
represent our country,
It's
and
not.
they
It's
did
not
very well.
right. So it's an athletic endeavor also,
Yes, it is
right? So it's
very
not
much.
now dance competitions. You need to be athletic. You need to be
Oo.
fit. You need to be strong.
Dati yung pwede sayaw lang, okay na sayaw. Hindi, ngayon hindi.
Iba na ngayon.
May endurance
Oh,
ka na, may ano ka na and everything. May science na rin.
Mm-mm.
oh,
There is.
iba, iba.
Galing eh, no?
Yeah,
I know
it's
there's
a,
there's even a technique for warm up. There's even that.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's certain scientific approaches.
So I
Right
wanted to
now.
ask you, what's the difference of so usually when we send the team to dance to represent the Philippines at the ICU Worlds, they also joined the
The
IASF
IASF.
Dance World,
Yes,
which
dance
is
worlds.
could you tell us, and then so far, all the dance teams that we've sent or who represented the Philippines have won the IASF
Gold,
Dance
yes.
World. Okay,
Yes, that's
so
correct.
what is the difference of the ICU version, cheer hip hop, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to the IASF Dance World?
I think when I look at the judging sheet, I see that in the ICU, they're encouraging incorporation of athletic stunts more than
Like,
that clause is not in dance worlds for hip hop in the sheet, in the score sheet. It's
okay,
not
so
there.
what kind of athletic?
For example, freezes, tumblings, like this stuff.
May
There,
ganun
it's more
sa ICU.
encouraged in ICU. It's more encouraged in ICU. I think you
I
can still
get.
also do it in dance worlds, but it's not. It's not that it's encouraged. You may in ICU. The score sheet kind of says that you are encouraged.
You're
The way
encouraged, but you're not required.
you're not required. But you're encouraged. So that means, of course, if there are those, you'll get a higher score.
Oh, okay. Is it because it's called cheer hip hop
I think so.
or
Because it's, yes. Because
kasi
it's
'di
a
ba
performance cheer. Diba? It's
performance
a
cheer,
performance cheer. So it's still
right? So
cheer.
is a POM under performance cheer also? No.
Yes, it is. It's under
Uh,
performance cheer.
okay, interesting. So, but you took that ICU judging course
Yeah.
here, right?
Yes, I did. I did.
Can you tell us a bit about it and what you had to go through and what everyone says about it?
It was I learned a lot about judging,
Mm,
about how to evaluate what you're looking at, like
mm,
that, how to gauge properly, how to make sure you are unbiased. But sometimes, kasi when you're judging, the first competitor that you see becomes your base. That
mm,
should not be. You should not have that. You should have your um, idea set already before you even see one
okay.
competitor. So yun na yung meter mo. What is in your mind? I today this is what I want. This is what I want to see.
Mm,
So you will set your standards already before you see any competitor. That's something I learned there. Um,
okay.
Also there, how to be more discerning when you are judging.
What do you
What you
mean
should
by
discerning, like, it's sometimes some choreographers who will join a competition,
mm,
they think that just because, yeah, let's do a triple pirouette because it's hard. Not many dancers can do that. So we'll do it. Even if theirs is not very clean. Okay?
okay.
But when you go through the judging course,
Mm,
it has first is the cleanliness of the thing. You have to be discerning. Look at the step properly. Is it done
mm,
correctly?
mm,
If it's done correctly, then how much points are you gonna give it? Something like that.
mm,
And also they give you tips on how to become a better judge.
right.
Like yun na, keep going to classes, keep learning, keep an open mind. That.
If you're judging this, looking at the Team USA 2018 or 2019,
This is, I think, okay.
nakalagay ba 2018?
I can
So
see. Okay.
okay, so you're
Okay.
judging this as a
Mm.
performance cheer judge, correct? No.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Can you also judge? Can you also be assigned to judge POM?
Oh yes, of course. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And ano also for, yeah, the
Y-
dance will teach, the dance accreditation for ICU
Mm.
will
Oh.
teach you how to judge hip hop, pom, high kicks, jazz. So all of those.
Oh. Can you, if you know how to judge ICU cheer hip hop, can you also judge the IASF worlds, or that's a whole different?
No, that's a different thing. You need to get certification from IASF also. They also have it.
Wow, interesting. Ah, ibang iba. So, Leech, ikaw, you took the cheer, right? The cheer course.
Yeah, I took the cheer course.
So, so,
Kumbaga,
so yeah, go.
nung nung time na, kasi, di ba, meron din akong kasama na nag-take ng ICU for dance.
Mm,
Sabi nga niya, kasi syempre, after the session, may break, no?
mm.
Nagkukwentuhan din kami. So, kamusta ang ICU accreditation for dance? Sabi niya, ibang-iba daw talaga compared sa cheer. Kasi sobrang, alam mo yun, parang bigla kang babalik sa square one dahil nga, this is a new thing for us to judge technically jazz. Kasi, well, competition here in the Philippines for jazz and hip-hop, it has something to do in general na choreography, spacing line. Eto hindi eh. Yung
Okay.
iba talaga ang iba ang when it comes to ICU or international competition. No?
Mm,
It has something to do with the technicalities talaga. Kaya kita mo, Coach Sheila for sure already parang sa, okay. May mga aha moment rin eh, for sure eh,
Mm.
na makukuha
Mm.
doon.
Some
Diba?
sometimes meron ako mga stuff na ay oo nga pala no because I forgot because I've been dancing
Yes.
a long time and then you forget and then
Mm.
ay oo nga ganun nga pala yun parang
Mm-hmm.
ganun. So
Yeah.
it's
So,
really
it
I
will
would
take
really
you,
suggest
oh,
actually the choreographers to take the ICU
correct.
because
Oo.
it will teach you how to properly choreograph
Yeah.
Mm.
your routine
Properly
if you
see the
want
routine eh. Oo.
so if you want to get the points that you want as much
Mm.
points as you want syempre you will look at the score sheet
Mm.
yeah
Tama.
and then
Magaling. Oo,
if you
maganda
understand it
suggestion.
yeah mm-mm.
That's good. I mean, speaking of which, uh, in the UAAP, we're asked to provide or to look for, because the UAAP is 50% dance, 50% cheer, right? And we're asked to get dance judges for that, right? Of course, Sheila, by default, cannot judge because obviously her husband is one of the coaches of the team. Um, but in the future, do you think we should consider that ICU cheer performance judges take the dance portion or no? I
Take the
mean,
dance
judge
portion to judge
the
oh
judge,
go
yes,
yes that would be great
because it's a
that would
mix,
be
di
great
ba? Cheer and
mm-mm.
dance, kasi. So,
Yeah. Also, a thing that's important also in the thing that I learned is
mm,
how to critique the competitors. Like
what do you mean?
critique like tell them things that they may think of improving, say something nice about their routine. That's
Mm,
important for them to grow.
right.
So there, it's not like the competition should end when the competition is done. Of course, next year
Right.
you want these competitors to become better. So yun,
Yeah.
that's the in the judges score sheet. There's a critique part. For
Mm,
Yeah.
example,
Oo.
that's the hardest part actually. And the others were so good. Like our teacher was like, in the second eight of the chorus, you one dancer on the right was not in releve properly. Parang ganyan.
wow.
Look into mga ganon. And then we're
Mas
supposed to give
stricto,
exam.
stricto. Yeah.
Oo. So that you really need to see the whole stage and you have to be
Mm.
on point the whole time when you're judging. That's why it's very stressful.
No, which means which brings me to my next uh, question. How would you uh, how would you see? Oh, where do you see dance as an art form evolving into? Given that every year there's new techniques, there's new music, there's new styles of dance, which you have to. I understand it's not easy to be a judge because you don't want to judge. You don't want to bring down the art form, the move, into a series of numbers, right?
Mhm.
It'll never encapsulate the whole talent.
Yeah.
But definitely in a competition you have to do that. But how do you where do you see the competition of dance evolving into? Are there seems to be a lot of gray areas now na nag-overlap sa different disciplines. For example, will we see a ballet hip hop combination that you have to judge? You know what I mean? Or
Mm.
things like that. Where do you see it evolving in?
Well, there is. Well, you can, for example, in NDC,
Mm,
you can have a genre dance that
mm.
you can mix and match any style that you want. So walang
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 hip
tick.
hop and
So you
jazz.
can use hip hop and jazz and mix them together. So walang
Mm.
ganon. So that is possible. Parang ganon.
Uh, how would you
But
judge that?
uh, probably, hindi, technique pa rin. Syempre, if they are going to mix hip hop and ballet. They should do the technique of hip hop and ballet correctly also. And also, creatively, it should be that it's cohesive.
Hmm.
Diba? It's like you're not gonna put
Hindi pilit.
um oo, hindi pilit. Yan. Something like that. Creatively, the juxtaposition of the genre with each other. Did it
Hmm.
accentuate? What was the point? Ganyan. Actually, creativity yung malaki doon. Technique,
Hmm.
creativity, the use of the stage,
Hmm.
is still eminently judgeable, actually.
Oo
Just
nga. Oo nga.
different. Just harder to look for judges who can
Yes.
evaluate both.
That's
Not
the most
many
difficult
can.
part.
Not many can. There's a
Yeah.
lot of very good hip hop judges. There's a lot of very good jazz judges. Lots of very good ballet. But then people who can go through judge
Hmm.
all genres properly is kind of difficult to find.
Hmm. There's a there's also a question I wanted to ask. We've seen in many competitions abroad and in a very consistent basis. It's not just a couple of years, but over a long period, that the success of Filipinos in dance competitions abroad, and they're known as to be good dancers,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Not just hip hop, which is the current evolution of dance, but even before in jazz, in many art forms. Maybe not ballet after Lisa
Uh,
Makuha, maybe
Well,
but
there's ballet dance competitions that Filipinos take part in, and
right,
then we finished very well also.
right. So why do you think that's so? What is it? Because we've always been, there has to be, like Lee J and you were saying, there's always a step, building block. Is it because we had the building blocks before, long ago,
Yes,
or
long, 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 long ago,
yeah? I
Matagal
from
mean,
na,
the
boss.
forefathers.
Folk dance pa
No,
lang, folk dance.
yes, I'm talking about like way before,
right. So
because
so, but how did it evolve into this success now? Because we can say that sometimes makachamba tayo sa basketball or sa soccer 1 year, okay tayo. Then the next year, wala na. So obviously it was a perfect storm. But in dance, every year seems to be we're competing at the highest level, lalo na with hip hop now. But why do you think that's so?
well, the culture of the Philippines is really set in song and dance. Like
Mm,
a lot of our history, it's not
mm,
written. A lot
mm.
of it is oral. So there's
Oh,
music. And when there's music, there's also movement, generally.
mm,
So everything that we did from way before, be it death or
mm,
birth or
mm,
fiestas of a saint, there's
mm,
dancing and there's music.
mm,
Okay, so it keeps evolving.
mm.
Because music keeps evolving, then dance evolves with it.
Right.
So there. And then so I guess um generally as a country, rhythm is
Mm.
inherent. I think. There are very few people I've seen that cannot even rock. I mean, there are very few actually.
Yung mga wala
Ah,
sa beat, yung mga
oo, yung wala talaga.
wala sa
Oo.
timing, yung mga
Oo. It's like
Pwede naman daw
na-amaze.
mag-cramping, Coach Sheila.
Uy, may beat pa rin yun.
May beat pa rin yun, joke lang.
Meron pa rin.
Meron pa
Tsaka
rin.
lalagyan mo ng galit yun. Mas mahirap pag beat sa galit.
Oh,
Oo nga, oo nga.
Also, yun nga, like I said, it's cheap to dance. You just need the floor, you need space, you can dance. And we're not very rich as a country. So,
Mm,
that's one of the outlets that we can have easily accessible to us.
mm,
And then I think another thing is our spirit as a country.
mm.
It's always we're very passionate about things. And then we're very spirited. Go for gold. Ganyan. We're not
Oo.
afraid to keep changing, and that's one important thing for dance.
Mm,
You must never stop yourself from evolving. You just keep creating and finding new ways. And then that's the
Mm.
best formula, I think, for a dancer, for a dance group. And that's something
Interesting.
that we have in the Philippines. So also, all the competitors I know, it's really, it's not their fame that they're
Mm.
really concentrating on. It's their pride for the country. It's that they
Mm.
want to
Correct.
put the
Oo.
Philippines in the map.
Correct.
Yun. I think there's that feeling. That's why it's
Mm.
kind of unstoppable for the Filipinos. And the Filipinos are kind of unstoppable in international competitions. Am
So
I
bagay,
passionate
no?
about it?
No, yeah, of course you should. It shows, but again, you're correct. I think if given, do you think given more chances to more dance groups, given if given the funding and the support for training expenses and then travel expenses and all, that that if they're able to go to other international competitions, they would do well also.
Oh, yes. Baka tayo na lang nasa podium.
Sure yan, boss. Sure
For
yan, boss.
real. Oh,
Madami
for
Yeah.
real.
yan.
I mean, like now,
Mm.
like we're not, it's a struggle for any team who wants to compete because you pay for your own
Right.
lodging, you pay for your
Yeah.
own fare, your food when you're there, you pay for it. On top of practicing here in the Philippines, you cannot
Right.
work because you're practicing.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
ganon. So there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if
It's
if
very.
if if ano, so now that it's like that,
Mm.
we already place. We already finished in the podium. And what
Mm.
more if we had, money to spend pa? Like for
Oo nga.
training, yun nga, training, 'di ba? Like more new choreographers to study from, and
Right.
learn from.
Right. Right. Right.
But
Uh, it-
luckily, the community is very strong. Like I know some groups who give free dance classes
mm.
to underprivileged youth because it helps them. Like it helps them take away from it helps take away the attention from
Other things. Yeah.
drugs and other
Right.
things. So they gravitate towards dance because it's
Mm.
fun and they can express. So yun. So
Yeah, and
we're lucky.
it's pretty. Yung NDC has grown, and it can keep growing, di ba? Alam naman natin yun, di ba? Uh, I think the NDC in terms of the nationwide reach and the potential is very high, right?
Yes, I believe
Um,
so too.
yeah. So ito sabi ni Ramon, your husband from upstairs, sabi niya, so Worlds palang high school lang pinapadala natin. Natatakot yung mga college sa kalaban natin. Yeah.
Oo, when they see, like, di ba, in the blocking, in the
Mm.
beginning at the rehearsal, so we'll go there, so I'll be there with the ACDT, and our
Oh.
girls are high school, they're so small
they're
and
kids.
cute,
Mga
di ba, they're
bata
small
talaga.
and they're
Oh.
cute, and then
Yeah.
so the people who are watching are like, okay, because at the time you'd be like, I don't know, four teams
Mm.
practicing all together in one huge place. And then the people who the technical judges are there, they will see if you
Right.
have like there's a technical penalty that can happen in your routine. They'll tell you, so you can take it out, parang ganyan. And then
Yeah.
there's a music player, there's all of those assistants. And then when they start dancing, they all go to where we are. They're like, what are these kids doing? So they're like, parang, how old are they? Parang, yeah, here in the US, they're probably high school. Well, they are high school. Parang
Yeah, yeah,
ganyan.
yeah.
But when they're
Yeah.
dancing, they're like so
Iba, no?
awesome.
Iba.
Yes, iba.
Yeah. I think the potential is there, and we've talked about this a lot. If there was some more funding, right, that
Yes.
we would bring more dance teams there. Even the pom, right, the cheer pom,
Yes.
the cheer hip hop, even to join the IASF, right,
Mm-hmm.
the
That would
dance
be
worlds.
that would be awesome.
That would be open to as many entries per country, right? Kasi yung ICU Worlds is really one
One
division,
con one
one country,
representative
right? Per
per
co-
country,
per
per
kasi
division.
country Olympics eh. So but the IASF Worlds is it's like club
open.
open yan to everybody, di ba?
So the Philippines
Interesting.
can have as many as, I think, 6. And
Yeah, and,
many can go, but then in the
right.
finals, I think they will, from your country, if you have 20, only 5 will go on to the finals. Parang ganon. Yun yung ceiling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting. So you also judged in you also judged one international competition in where's that?
Uh,
Samchok in
Samchok
Korea?
in Korea, yes.
Yeah. So how was it there, and who represented the Philippines there?
Oh, we didn't get to send a representative there
Mm.
because it was kind of short notice. So I couldn't find anybody who would, of course, syempre, I totally understand the choreographers that I asked because, you know, you
Oo,
don't just make
syempre.
a routine na half-baked.
Right,
Syempre,
right.
it's a competition. So, that's your work. You want
Yeah.
it perfect. So, you need time. Parang yan. So, it's not gonna happen in 2 weeks. Parang
Right,
ganyan.
right,
So,
right.
we
Yeah.
couldn't. So, I just went there. So, there were representatives from, but mostly doubles. There were representatives from Russia,
Mm.
from China,
Mm.
and other different countries.
Yeah,
And
and
but
but
I
I
was
think
so wishing Philippines was there. Oh
oh,
my
I
god.
think the year after, I think Cebu went, University of Cebu.
Oh yeah.
'Di ba? Kasi may
Mm-mm.
pictures with Leanne Peleño. Okay. So we have some greetings. Tama. Ego yata for the boys, 'di ba?
Ayan,
Chris
ego. Yes, yes, yes. I remember. Ego.
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 Yeah, ego for the boys. So you said hi na to Timmy, 'di ba? Timmy Enriquez.
Yes.
Uh, Zoilo Carreño. Shout out to Tito Zoilo and Tita Luz. Yan,
Hello,
inutusan ka
Tita
pa.
Zoila and Tita Luz. What can you do, family?
Yes, Abaya Tolentino. Yan. Um, sabi ni Mark, Battle of Jazz dati, UAAP, CDC before. Tama.
Mm.
Yep. It is a very, yun na
Yes.
nga, si Lodi. Yan.
Yep.
Okay, si
It
Ego
was.
jeans, tama. Ego jeans. Yeah.
Dance Floor Telebrico watching from Dubai. Wow, all our friends from the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
And Markian, yeah, University of Cebu recently joined that year. Correct.
I'm happy
Okay.
somebody from the Philippines could represent in Samchok.
Yeah. And so definitely we'll be seeing you more. I think you'll be part of our major announcement in season 5, Sheila. We're working on
Yes, a
those
very
things.
exciting announcement.
Oh, very exciting announcement, guys. So abangan natin yan sa next season. But before that, of course, we should go to our next segment, which is the This or That segment, our favorite segment with our guests. So lalo na si
I
Sheila
always
because
wait for this segment.
we've known her for a while. So
Oh.
maganda yung ano. Ito pa, Avelino Tolentino watching from Calgary. Oh,
My engineer friend.
mga
Wow.
friends ni Sheila all over the
Oo.
world. Yeah. Very good. Okay, this or that. Salitan tayo, Leech.
Sige, boss. Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Go, boss. Ikaw muna.
Okay, Sheila. This or that. The tame questions muna. And then, let's ramp it up. Parang ano lang yan, dance. May climax yan. Wait. Ito. Mark Alan Lacro. My sister students are really lucky they got the more patient version of Sheila. Can you tell us about this comment?
Because I'm not very patient before. I'm very
Kulit.
strict, actually.
I can imagine, but you have to be. Right?
Before, when I was just started teaching, one of my students, because you get reviewed as a teacher, diba? They have, one of my students said, needs more patience. Sabi ko, totoo naman.
hindi hindi kinontra, no? Inaccept talaga.
Oo, tama
Ganun.
naman siya.
Tama naman siya, di ba?
Tama naman siya, oo nga. Kasi first year ko, and then I'm used to, syempre, dealing with dial manager ka nga, di ba? Syempre, yung level ng tinitingnan ko, why is your, kulang ng 1 inch yan, parang ganyan, di ba? Syempre, dapat perfect sila. So, syempre, because that is the eye that I have, paglipat ko sa mga bata, parang ganun din. Parang ganyan. So, I have to remind myself na, relax. Ano lang sila, 8 years old lang sila. Hindi sila pwede pakinggan. So, yun. So, I distinctly remember that student of mine. Pero, okay. Yeah. Thank you for telling me.
I wanted to ask, don't you ever want to coach a team? I mean, fully coach a team and compete? Like, in the NDC, you can take a leave for 1 year and coach a team if you want. So, hindi
No,
ka
I
judge.
don't want to. I don't want to.
Bakit?
Ano ba? Kasi, coaching a team, I think, yung planning niya, iba than what I'm used to. Kasi ginugrow mo sila. Because I'm used to handling grown already. Kasi, in hot legs, when I hold them, they already know how to dance. That's a given na. Not like you're getting a raw seed and then you will put things. Kasi you have to plan that very, very carefully.
Wow.
Kasi with teaching pa lang, it's like that. Na, syempre, lalo na if you're coaching a team. Kasi you can't not.
Lumabas yung strict. Yan na. Lumabas na yung totoo. Di ba, Ramon? Lumabas na. So, anyway, we'll start off the this or that with Mark Prado. Sheila, hip-hop or pom? Choose one only.
But to dance? To judge?
Both. To dance or to judge. And to judge. Say dance.
Pom.
No.
Pom.
You would like to dance pom. Mas bagay ka nga po.
Yes,
But to
pom.
judge, pom also.
Siyempre po, mas kaya kong judge yun.
Okay. Good. My turn. This or that. Simple question. Nagluluto ka ba? Do you cook?
Oh, yes, sometimes.
Sometimes. What's your hindi this or that? What when you want to show your love for your husband? What do you cook for him?
Sinigang.
Sinigang.
Yeah,
Okay,
because Chester and Coach really like sinigang. Like they can have it every day.
Okay.
Buti na lang it's easy to cook. Because I'm not such a good
pork or fish?
Pork. It's pork.
Okay, good. Ito, from Mark Ken. Contemporary jazz or modern jazz? Yeah. And why?
Oh, I think I like contemporary jazz.
What's the difference?
Because contemporary jazz has more feeling. It goes deeper into the expression of emotions. Yun, I like that.
Oh, okay.
And contemporary also has more fluidity for me personally, the way I see it.
In the NCC ba, or is it? Do we have contemporary or modern?
We
or
have
it's just
contemporary.
jazz?
We have contemporary and we have jazz. We separated.
Oh, okay. So we separated it. Okay, interesting. Okay. Okay. For you personally, sinigang or adobo to eat?
Adobo.
What kind of adobo?
Pork.
Yung twice cooked?
Oh yes,
or
twice cooked adobo.
so medyo dry. Oh, sarap
Yes.
nun, no?
Yes.
Ay, nako. Okay. Anya's not here, but I'm going to ask this also. What would you rather compete in? What would you rather the teams compete in? A dress or those jazz pants?
Depends on depends on their dance.
No, let's say, I don't know. Kasi I've seen sa NCC, NDC, meron silang dress, di ba?
Well, because their dance was flowy. They were doing lyrical jazz.
Okay.
So that
okay.
is effective in their routine. But
So when
there
you
are
say
some...
yeah, lyrical
But-
is under contempo? No.
There's lyrical jazz. Lyrical is
Oh,
very,
okay.
ano siya, mixture siya of everything.
Okay, okay,
So,
okay,
yeah. So, there.
okay.
Kasi, if your routine will display leg work, syempre,
Hmm.
pants. So, that's kind of,
Mm, okay,
ano ba?
okay.
Sige. If I were going to dance, I will choose pants. Because it's hard
Pants.
to dance in a skirt.
Right, right, right.
You have to
Okay.
be aware always.
Okay. Um, choose one only. J Lo or Madonna?
Ay, Madonna.
Bakit?
Madonna.
Bakit? Bakit?
Inventive. She keeps changing into a different thing.
She
When you think
evolves,
you
no?
know, yes, for the longest time. I mean, she was never one thing.
Oo nga.
Uh-uh.
Yeah,
So
she
yun, I
ibang
like evolution.
ibang level. Teka, before Leach, who do you think is the best male dancer in history?
Ay, wow.
Foreign or local? Anybody in history?
Nureyev. Rudolph
Nureyev,
Nureyev. Oo.
ballet.
Tali, yes.
Magaling yon.
Oo,
Better
magaling
than
siya.
better than Barishnikov.
For me, yes.
Hmm.
For me, but some people, ano ba, technically, si
Hmm.
Baryshnikov is very technical. Kaya lang for dancing, I have to go with Nureyev.
Nice. Oh, Leach, go.
Yun. Okay, sige. Ako na.
Go, go, go! Ito na ba yung ramp up?
Hmm.
Okay, mga easy questions lang din muna. Easy question.
Okay.
Would you rather perform solo or a group?
Group.
Group pa rin. Group player ka. So you don't like too much spotlight at the Shields?
No, I don't. I
Ayaw.
don't. I really don't.
Kasi syempre, 'di ba? Kumbaga sa group syempre may piyesa-piyesa 'yan eh. Pag minsan may mga solo act 'yan.
Oh.
So you're more of the group player rather than the
Yes,
soloist.
yes.
Yung mga ano pa na. So ano ka talaga? Support party.
Team player siya, team.
Team player talaga.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, follow up.
I
Next.
prefer to be support.
Okay.
Why? Why is that? Usually the dancers I know, they want to be in front.
I will, yes, of course, I want to be in front of a group.
Of a group.
Of a group. Still group.
Yung pala yun.
So,
It's fun because it's fun to dance with a group. It's
Well,
fun.
yeah. That's right.
oo nga, oo nga.
There's all that rehearsal going on.
Mm.
Getting off each other's energy. Ganun kasi. When I stopped dancing, because I danced for a long time, so parang, I'm done dancing na. Parang I got burned out, ganyan. And then, I danced for an alumni concert. And then I remembered, gosh, I really love to dance pala talaga. Alam mo yung gano'n, I forgot. I love it so much, yung gano'n. Doon lang nag-occur.
So talagang ano.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, next question.
Sinda.
Next question. Would you rather dance for competition or for performing
I
arts?
wasn't alone.
Performing arts.
Performing.
Nakaka-stress mag-competition.
Yeah. Less pressure. Less
But
pressure.
I have friends who they prefer dancing
As a competition.
sa competition, yes. There's lots of people who do.
I wasn't alone.
Talaga.
Competitive
Interesting.
So, support role tapos performing arts. So talaga boss yan yung mga yan yung mga tipo ng yung mga maririkit na Pilipina dati. 'Di ba? Ganun yung mga itsura ng mga yun eh. Support arts tapos performing arts talaga.
Okay. Tsaka it shows her character, no? Very generous.
Yes. Very
Diba?
generous.
Sige.
Okay, next question.
Teka, singit natin tong si Mark
sige,
Ken.
singit.
Split leap or stag leap? And
Oh,
what
yeah.
is the difference to me? I don't know what that.
Hindi ko rin
that
alam
means.
yan. Ay, medyo alam ko yung split lip, pero yung stag lip. Ewan ko.
Yung stag lip yung para naka-attitude yung isa eh. Yung
Naka?
naka-bend yung back leg.
Ah,
Kaya
Okay.
lang kasi kaya lang kasi iba yung terminology sa jazz tsaka sa dance tsaka sa ano. Minsan
Hmm.
ako confused ako pero alam ko stag lip yun nga naka-attitude yung isang leg.
Okay.
Stag. I like stag. It's more
Stag.
it's more artistic for me.
Oh,
Tsaka mas mahirap yun.
Oo.
Mas mahirap gawin yung stag lip.
yeah. Mas mahirap.
And it looks nicer. 'Di ba? Parang mas may character kesa straight lang.
Okay. Okay.
Sige. Second to the last question.
Mm.
Green or blue?
Green.
Siyempre green.
All day, every day.
All day, air day yan. Green na green yan.
Oh, ilipat mo na si Chester sa...
I know, right?
Joke lang, Chester. Hi, Chester.
Yeah. Oh, last question, me.
Last question.
Ikaw o ako?
Kung may last question ka pa, boss, sige, go. Ikaw muna.
Oh, ito, si Mark Lacro. Dancing or Korean novelas?
Depende sa Korean novela.
Sino ba,
syempre
ano?
dancing. For dancing.
Who's your opa? Who's your Korean opa?
Si
Ate
Gong
Shields.
Yu.
Gong Yu, si Gabi.
Oo, si Gong Yu. Si Gabi.
Sino yan?
Si Gong Yu, si Gabi.
Siya sa Train to Busan.
Yeah, si Train to Busan. Napanood mo ba yun?
Hindi pa.
Yeah.
It's very
Siya yun,
nice.
siya yun.
It's scary.
Train to Busan is the zombie movie?
Yeah. The Korean zombie movie that hit it big.
Oh, nga.
Internationally.
Very popular. Oh, ako. If you, my boy Abunda, if you were to have dinner with anybody in history, living or dead, fictional or real life, who would it be and why? Just a simple dinner.
Okay, I have to think. Because I'm a non-idol person.
Okay.
I get impressed with an artist easily. Wait, maybe.
Pero someone you wanna talk to, pick their brains, diba? You know, learn from them.
I think I would be Sting.
Sting.
Sting the singer.
Yes.
Why?
Because I love his music.
Mm.
Very artistic and then very intelligent. Yeah.
What would you
Sting.
ask him?
His inspiration for music.
Mm.
Why he thinks like he does. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because not specifically because I have something to ask him. It's just that it would be interesting to know how his thoughts are, what he thinks, like stuff like that. Because I like talking to people. I like finding out about people.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because I'm very
Okay.
talkative.
You're curious. You're
Yes,
curious.
I am curious.
Like
I'm
we all
naturally
are.
curious.
Okay. Leech, you have one last, no?
Oo, one last. Ito.
Ano, PG yan, ha? PG,
Oo,
ha?
PG to,
Ito,
PG
ito
to,
na
PG.
naman to.
PG to, madali lang to. Okay. Ko Sheila, nahuli mo na ba ang kiliti ni Coach Ramon at saan?
Sinigang nga.
Sinigang talaga no?
Sinigang talaga. Yun talaga.
Ma-post si ano eh. Sinigang na baboy o sinigang na bangus?
Mm.
Baboy. There's no other sinigang. There's only sinigang na baboy.
Pork, no? Iba. Pork.
Iba yung powers.
Oh.
Yun talaga.
Sabi nga na, di naman yan sinigang pag sinigang na isda. O
Not
kaya
counted.
shrimp.
Not
Hindi
counted.
counted.
Not
Hindi yan
counted.
sinigang.
Have you
Mali,
tried,
ma.
have you tried kansi? No.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oo, masarap ang kansi.
I
Yeah.
love kansi.
Oh.
Okay.
Parang ibang klase.
My best friend was a Bacolodian. He introduced me to kansi.
Ah,
Okay. Well, interesting. So we have about, we're nearing 10 o'clock and we're going to leave it here first for a while. For you, first of all, we want to thank you very much, of course, for guesting on Pep Talk.
Thank you for
As
having me.
Of course, as usual. And it was so nice because I know you personally. We talk a lot, like talk a lot about things we want to accomplish and many other things. And your family is also very close to me. So, like to thank you, and I wanted to so that people here get to know you better, uh, who you are, and how passionate you are about dance, and that you're the right person to be at helming the National Dance Championship. So personally, I'd like to thank you for giving us the time and in your presence. So before we say goodnight, please, any last words for everybody watching here tonight?
I think the best advice I can leave with everybody is, at any chance you have, try to dance, especially in the pandemic that we're having. Any activity is the best. It's stress
DJ, dance daw.
reliever, and you
DJ,
will
sayaw
be
daw.
happy
Babalik,
and healthy.
babalik na ba ako sa TikTok ko? Hindi, ayoko na.
Go do it. I miss your TikToks.
Right, right. Okay. Thank you very much, Sheila. We will have you
Thank you
on
for
season
having
5
me.
again. Season 5, definitely, with the big announcements we're going to have. So regards to the family there, Ramon and Chester, of
Thank
course,
you.
and your extended family. Leech, you want to take us home?
Yeah, all right. So, everyone, first of all, we would like to thank Coach Sheila, our national director, for being here. Our second to the last episode for season 4. Grabe,
Mm.
ang tagal na natin. But then
Oh,
again,
1 year.
oo,
1 year
isang
na.
taon na. No? Thank you, Coach Sheila, for giving us your insights on your knowledge about dance. And of course, yun nga, that's one of your best characteristics, no, that you can give us here in NCC. So maraming salamat for giving us this time, this opportunity to get to know you more. And of course, stay safe, and regards always to to Little Chester and kay
Thank
Coach Ramon.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, we had another fun-filled evening together with Coach Sheila and of course kay Boss Itos, no. I hope that you guys would still be here, staying safe and sound. And of course, magkita-kita pa rin tayo on Fridays here at Pepto. Again, my name is Coach EJ together with Coach Sheila and Boss Itos saying thank you and good night, everyone. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend. Good
Bye,
night.
guys. Good night.